I am DK Kim, your source for latest Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars straight from Korea. It is day 2 Busan International Mobility Show, where I reviewed the all-new 2027 Hyundai Elantra. It is completely different inside out, so please refer to my last video if you're looking for that. But as you saw from the thumbnail, I'm heading over there today again. Well, number one, there are 5 Elantra total today, whereas it was only 2 yesterday. And fingers crossed, they will display all 5 cars with the brand new colors that we have not seen before. And number 2, I found a couple of things that I really need to address and tell you. So that's what this video is all about. So without further ado, let's head over to that Bexco once and for all. Day 2, everybody. Gotta look for the Elantra, but it's covered by swarms of people. Staria Electric, Kona Electric, other latest cars from Hyundai. Okay, here it is. Never mind, that's also Ranger for Korean markets, or also known as Azera for markets that do get this car. If you didn't know, this is the flagship of Hyundai. It still has the seamless horizon lamp with a Hyundai emblem. It's got a little bit of updated design finish on the front. I have a whole video about this Ranger Azera on the channel, so feel free to check it out. This is the first car that got the Plios system, as you can see inside. Display 16:9 ratio, 17-inch display. It's calligraphy trim, loaded model, but we're not here for that. There's another Ranger Azera, another one here. So that's what it looks like on the rear. It's got the seamless horizon lamp running, and this is the trunk button, well hidden. Of course, fully automated. Something that Elantra N doesn't have. Excuse me, Elantra doesn't have. We gotta go look for Elantra. Jesus. Okay, so here it is. This is the lineup. People trying to get inside the driver's seat of this car. So this is the car that we met yesterday. It is one of the brand new color, the matte color. I know there are 5 total, just gotta look for the other ones. Wow, it's actually even worse than yesterday. I thought yesterday was bad enough. And that is the wide panoramic sunroof, kind of what you see on the outside. But if you go inside, it's actually not that big, to be honest. I think it's safe to say that it is a regular sunroof. However, the look, the exterior design on the outside, it is the wide panoramic sunroof that we know of. So when you pull it back, you get this angle. It has that wide panoramic sunroof vibe to it, but watch closely. If you look at the size of the sunroof itself, it definitely is not the wide panoramic sunroof that we get from Hyundai Motor Group. Lift type door handles, things that we've been seeing. There is the fabric finish for the third brake light here. I think it would have been really nice if they kept it flush by locating it on top, but that's where built-in cam 2.0 actually takes place. I mean, the camera's got to be up there. It's not going to get any recording when it's located here. For the countries that do tint the rear glass, it is going to look quite nice with this plastic cover here. And the reason why there is the plastic cover here is that's the trunk button, by the way. It actually needs to have that much space for the car to have enough of the entry. It's not the largest sedan you can get. So imagine we didn't have that much space here, and that's how long it's going to stick out. Meaning it's going to be near impossible for you to load and unload stuff in and out of the car. I showed you all about the trunk inside yesterday. Not the first time we saw that. That is the cable running, and that you pull to fold your second row seat. Cables running across, connected here for the lift. And there is no automated button. You just have to yank it down using this pull, it's plastic cover, and it closes like that. And that is the rear view cam. And it is also positioned at an angle, therefore, well, thanks to the spoiler, it's facing down. There is no addition, no plastic cover housing that allows the camera to shoot downwards. So that's a brilliant touch by design teams of Hyundai. And this taillight, it's first time we see this clear type not attached right onto the body, a clear type plastic cover on its own. And I found out yesterday that this is not necessarily a brake light, but this is more like a rear DRL, daytime running lights, if you will. So it lights up with the red color, and depending on the different angles, it actually looks really elegant and unique, one of a kind for sure. We've never seen this on Hyundai Motor Group just yet, let alone Elantra. This design continues together with that clear tail lamp, so it has that vertical design to it, but keeping the horizontal lamp, the tail lamp, still making it the Hyundai H-Edge is what the term they call it. It's also not just inside the bumper, but there is the indentation. You can see the different levels of it. It stands out much more when you see it in person. This actually is a bumper of its own. There's a lot of brand new things with this Elantra, but one of the most important thing when it comes to the rear, if you look at the rear of the car, let me just pull it all the way inside so you get a good look of what's underneath the car. We don't have the hybrid car here on the display yet, so we don't know what the suspension components are going to be like for hybrids, but most likely it's going to be the multi-link, as we all know. If you look at it, this is the diffuser, right? End of the diffuser, the bottom of the car. The whole rear bumper itself is more like a diffuser. So there is nothing that actually divides the rear bumper from the rest of the car. I mean, this is a trunk, this is a rear fender, I mean over here, right? But this part that actually sticks out, I don't know if you can see it on the video. You have to see this in person. Definitely a bold move by Hyundai, something that we've never ever seen before. So this actually works as a bumper, or if somebody hits you from the rear, this part is going to take the hit. If you get any damage, you can remove this black part underneath and then replace it, then you're good to go. The brake light actually illuminates like that. So these are the only brake lights that light up, not this one. And that is the reverse lights. Well, I hate to break it to you, but unfortunately, Hyundai only is going to display these two Elantra that I met yesterday. So if you thought yesterday was hectic, well, watch again. So the love hype around the car is just insane. Well, it's quite self-explanatory. Elantra is the most best-selling car from Hyundai, especially here in Korea. There is no more competition when it comes to the Elantra's segment because the Kia equivalent, the sister brother car K3 is actually now discontinued. I can't even get close to the car. This is crazy. So that being said, I'm going to pivot and switch over to the next series because, as I have said in the start of the video, there are a couple of things I want to point out, not necessarily correct, but tell you more in details, things I found out throughout the editing process. So the sunroof was one, and also the car design overall actually is inspired from the fighter jet. Do you see that? Well, if it doesn't, wait until you zoom in on this one. It's got the zigzag pattern. It's got the spot for the headlamp. One of the top seems to be shooting a little higher. I'm not sure if it's gonna come with the IFS, Intelligent Front Lighting System, one of the latest techs from Hyundai cars, but I'll find out. And we can see from the size of the cover of the headlamps, Hyundai actually left a room for the halogen lights to be implemented because we know this is the loaded car, top of the trim. So there are going to be the base models, you know, the fleet cars and the rental cars. They're gonna have the halogen lights here. So it's got the big enough of a space and maybe a room for the reflectors over there too, which is not required at all for these LED lamps. And there are the active air flap. I see the hinge, so this is the active air flap, which is going to open and close accordingly to cool the car down and get the necessary air for the intake. However, one on the top, this one is not. So there is no hinge, there's no flap for this one. This is open 24/7, so Elantra can suck in the air using this because we can see there's a radiator inside and there's a front camera, of course. But honestly, I'm not so sure why Elantra has this opening because they got the active air flap underneath. And honestly speaking, for this Elantra, together with the 2.0 naturally aspirated engine, the NA engine, and 1.6 hybrid, this opening should be enough, to be honest. But I think This is my guesstimation, okay? It's nothing official, but I think this design is made on purpose for Elantra N to come, because the Elantra N, the high performance vehicle, that one needs a lot of air and cooling. Speaking of which, it is most likely we're going to have a little bit of inlet and opening on the sides for Elantra N. So fingers crossed. We know the car is coming for sure because
와이드한 팬더를 더 와이드하게, 스포티함을 더 스포티하게.
Mr. Sang-Yup Lee, head of design, actually did give us a little bit of foreshadow. He said the team is making Elantra more sportier and the wide fender even wider. What does that imply? Of course, there's going to be N because we saw Hyundai was testing out the 2.5 liter engine at Nürburgring. I actually was there when they were testing the engine out with the camo. It was once in a lifetime experience. I also got to check out the pit as well. All right, so I am finally inside. And when the windows are rolled up, it's actually pretty quiet inside, although the second row window does not come with dual pane acoustic glasses. As you can see, it is just a single glass, whereas the first row is actually double pane dual windows. There are a few other things I need to tell you because there are lots of first time ever technology in this Elantra, the memory reverse. That is, the car Elantra does actually memorize how you went inside. It will automatically reverse the car to where you came from. And that one is Gleo AI at work. That is the brand new technology that came together with the Plios Connect, the latest infotainment system from Hyundai Motor Group car, which Elantra got for the second time after Ranger. And that name, Gleo, derives from Galileo. This is the saddest part of all. There is no longer manual when it comes to Elantra. I can't even go inside the merch shop. I wanted to check out what's with the N collection, but I'm pretty sure all the things I've seen or